Here's a fly ball out towards center field. This one's going back, and this one is gone! Taylor gets this one out towards center field to the short porch, and it's a grand slam! That's a floater, out to short. And it's booted off the shortstop's glove! Just like they drew it from Hollywood. Caladros, the 3-2. Swing and a miss! And the Audubon Green Wave have upset the Kingsway truck! Grant Fournier, 2-run shot to right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I don't know if tonight can top last night, making Sports Center top 10, but you know what? We might as well try. Welcome to the South Gym here in Woods Township as we've got a South Jersey Group 4 tilt between the Howell Rebels and the Kingsway Dragons. Kingsway's been a hot team this year. It's their first 20-plus win season since the 09-10 campaign, long before this gym was even renovated. But for second-year head coach Brian Kuzmic, guess what? I mean, he is such a resilient coach with a team that is willing to play and willing him wins and willing to get everybody wins here in the South Gym. With a really deep roster, you're going to see 10, 11 guys playing any given night. In addition to the additional, in the addition to the original 5-man rotation. Of course, you've got your 1,000-point scorer, Desir Williams-Beck, 2 6'6" players in Owen Ellison and Kai Talley. But you also have a very deep bunch of shooters like Brady Shelton and J.D. Johnson who can really get some nice minutes off the bench. And that's what's going to be maybe the difference maker for Howell if they can't keep up with the stamina. Kingsway is always going to keep somebody fresh out there. There's always going to be no empty seating available on that Kingsway sideline. And with Howell, they've only got 13 or 14 players rostered. And from what we looked at going at the scores table, at least 4 of them are not here tonight. Not to mention that Howell is playing great teams. Not to knock them or anything, but they are playing great teams. And they played Manasquan earlier this year. And actually, these two teams, believe it or not, have a common opponent, Hamilton West. They have both played the Hornets in tournament play, once in December for Howell and once in January. Howell winning both times, and then Kingsway winning versus the Hornets right around Christmas time in one of the ESCIT tournaments over in Central Jersey. So my good friend Chris Baker will be on the play-by-play tonight. I'll be providing some notes here and there. But this is going to be a good game. 11 versus 6. Winner goes on in the Group 4 playoffs. And those games are going to be played on Monday, March 3rd. So let's see what we've got in the tank for Howell, like we said, with Coach Emery at the helm, 14-11. With a 7-3 record in the Shore A Central. Meanwhile, Kingsway is sitting at 22-5 with a trip to the Tri-County Flight A final after they lost to Overbrook. They ended up doing quite well for themselves, beating Pensgrove and Timber Creek to get to the final, but they lost to the number 1 seed Overbrook at the end of the day, 42-39 last week. But county tournaments are over. Conference tournaments are over. Every team starts 0-0 right now. It's the Howell Rebels and the Kingsway Dragons coming up next on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting.
Alrighty, here folks, welcome to the Dragons Den here at Kingsway as the Dragons host Howell, the Rebels. Starting lineups to get underway here as we have the Howell Rebels starting lineup. Number 0, Caden Parker. Number 1, Zach Padilla. Number 2, Peter Barkowskis. Number 14, Jay Parker. And number 21, Noah Musto. And the lights dim here as the crowd anticipates the Dragons starting lineup here in Swedesboro. As you can see on the screen here, for Kingsway, we got number 5, Maurice Tavares Jr. Number 3, Micah Hart. Number 1, Desir Williams Bay. Number 12, TJ Collier. And number 42, Kai Talley. As Dan mentioned before, it is Brian Kuzmick's second year here at the helm, the Woolwich Township program. And long-awaited home playoff basketball here for Kingsway. And this gym is packed.
Especially on the student side. I was going to say, it is packed on the student side. And, you know, Chris, I think that this is a season that Kingsway has been waiting for a long time. Their first 20-win season in nearly 15 years. This school has been waiting for a long time for a basketball team like this. And as they slide into the sixth slot, lights relight, and we'll be ready to go.
The Dragons are assisted by Michael Orth and Michael Husney. Your officials for tonight's contest are Mr. Alcine Zantillis.
All right, starting lineups have finished. Tip-off getting ready to get underway in just a moment here.
Please stay off the court at all times and refrain from smoking or vaping on campus. We thank you for keeping Kingsway a clean, safe, and positive environment.
Howell coming into this one at 14-11. 3-7 in the Shore A Central Division. And Kingsway 22-5 and undefeated 8-0 in Tri-County Royal.
Tip-off underway, and just like that, Kingsway is going to get on the board as Tavares. Maurice Tavares there with a quick layup.
I really like that strategy, not wasting any time, and Tavares really likes to do that. If they get the ball first, they really like to set the tone, set the pace, and make sure their visitors are uncomfortable.
Rebels going to move the ball. Corner 3, no good, rims out. Kings are going to push the pace here. Hart kicks out to the corner. Bay poked out from behind. Fast break for Howell, and nothing but daylight ahead as Caden Parker gets the easy layup there. Now, Kuzmick will direct the Dragons, kind of pull this one out and find their set. Pull-up jumper, that's good.
Already feels like it could be a high-scoring game tonight. I mean, six points, 3 baskets in the first minute. It's a good sign. Now these guys want to get themselves into a rhythm, and Howell wants to match that Kingsway energy.
Long three-pointer, in and out, and rebounded by Tavares.
There goes another one. Bang!
Long three, that's Micah Hart, my apologies. Long three there from Micah Hart. And Kingsway getting out to a sizable lead here early. Another three-pointer for Howell, no good off the back of the rim, and the Rebels somehow get to it, poked out from behind by Hart. And Collier will let Hart take this one up. Hart drives, going to be fouled. First foul of the game's on Jay Parker.
Fouls on Howell's number 14, Jay Parker. It's going to go as his first personal foul, as well as the team's first.
A little under 2 minutes into the contest here, we have our first foul. Bay looking for somebody. It's Tavares under the basket, reverse layup, no good. Rebounded, blocked, down low. Now Howell going to try and push the pace here. Layup is good underneath. Barkowskis there on the layup. And it looks like we have a moving screen or a push. So first foul on Kingsway comes about 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the contest. They're going to get Reese Tavares for a push.
One foul each here in the early going, and Howell and Kingsway force jamboree. Another foul will be called there on the way up. I'm liking the fact that Kingsway is putting the pressure on. It's the same thing they did when we saw them last week versus Pensgrove. They just never start off the game calm. They always want to make sure that you are in the hot seat from the moment that they tip off.
Barkowskis first, one falls. Check in for Kingsway, number 20.
And that's something that Howell is going to have to take advantage of, is making sure that they get the rebound on the first try, because if they don't have that opportunity, you know, if they're going to be the ones that are letting up those second chances, well, guess what? Kingsway is going to be hitting those second buckets. So they have to get themselves in this rhythm.
Yeah, it seems like Kingsway does have a clear size advantage here over Howell. Multiple guys over the height of 6'3", 6'4", so about a couple 6'2", 6'5", or so, I'm sorry, 6'6", 6'5" guys. As tried to save it there, Williams Bay unfortunately out of bounds. Looks like we're going to have hold. I'm going to say J.D. Johnson, I guess, probably grabbed the jersey.
Early bonuses here.
Errant pass there from J.D. Johnson to Cedar Williams Bay. Out of bounds, Howell ball. Jay Parker going to take it up here for Howell. Caden Parker going to drive. No call there. And Kingsway comes up with the rebound. Puts it off to Padilla. Padilla thought about it. Now over to Barkowskis. Padilla down low, backdoor to Jay Bay, driving and fouled by Howell's Caden Parker. Howell's Caden Parker. Desir Williams Bay will head to the line and shoot two. Desir Williams Bay will head to the line and shoot two. Bunch of quick buckets really for both sides, but so far. Kingsway looking to try and extend the lead here after that long three by Vela. Hart trying to use the pick and roll to his advantage. Hart dancing, trying to find an open lane here for a screen. Cosmic now, top of the key. Williams Bay.
Hey folks, here starting the second quarter. Howell leads Kingsway 13 to 12. Just want to apologize. We have had some really bad internet issues tonight. Those issues may or may not continue. We are going to try and record a backup copy of this game just in case the internet continues to fail on us. But I want to appreciate everybody for coming out tonight and watching our stream. Hopefully things are stable now, knock on wood, but I'll bring it back to Chris Baker here in a second.
Three-pointer there from Caden Parker, no good. Start the second quarter. Kings are going to try and find some more offensive stability as they had early in the first. Didn't really have it much late in the second. Ellison, they're going to call Ellison for a charge there. Ooh. I'm not too sure about that one.
Yeah, I disagree with that. I think that he was in the right there, and even as somebody that's not an avid basketball follower, that's just not a great call there.
I didn't think the defender really had himself set. Nor
No.
was really, I thought Ellison had the right away there, but nonetheless, charging foul and miscommunication. That one heads the baseline out of bounds.
Well, that'll get the home team fired up. A miscommunication there, obviously didn't turn into any points directly, but the turnover could certainly lead to that if Kingsway, puts their ducks in a row and gets themselves back in front.
Dragons, a little bit of a small ball lineup here. Mixes some height and small ball. Ellison, top of the key. And a Johnson. Johnson going to pull it out. Dragons will reset. Johnson drives. Corner. Three ball. No good. Tipped up and loose. Ellison comes up with it. Johnson tried to dump it off to Collier. I'm sorry, Bayrate down low. Three ball off the side of the backboard, and Kingsway comes up with it as the Dragons berserk in the student section, led by none other than Moses. Long three, and rimmed in and out for Kuzmic and rebounded by Parker. That one would have set the student section to a huge frenzy there. Howell trying to find a way to the rim. Floater from Parker, no good. Rebounded by Bayrate. Kuzmic three-pointer. No good. Rebounded by Shelton. Shelton, second chance. That's no good. Tipped up and in. Brady Shelton wins the volleyball set there. Gets an extra 2 points for the Dragons. Padilla drives and in.
It's a really nice back and forth sequence here. I'm really liking these two teams, how they're kind of using their energy off of each other. Nobody seems to have an advantage. Everybody's in their own league right now.
Backdoor pass, Kuzmic comes up with it. Johnson drives and goes up out of bounds. Crowd looking for a foul there. I thought possibly had a good case. As Johnson went down hard, they're going to give him a quick second to catch his breath. Letting the kids play here tonight.
I don't mind that philosophy, to be honest with you.
Johnson has to get it in. Time running out. And it looks like Kingsway will call timeout, I think. They're going to give Kingsway a timeout. Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication between Kuzmic and the referees. We'll take a quick intermission here as the Dragons take a timeout. We'll be right back.
He's donning the number 34 and the shortstop for this one. First pitch. There's a line drive into center field. That one is going to drop, and it's going to go to the outfield wall. One run will score. Spence is going to make a huge arc around third. She will score to make it 3-0. And here comes the runner to score. It's an inside the park home run for Ella Hayes to make it a 4-0 game. A 3-run inside the Parker to the 2.
We're back after Brian Kuzmic talked to his guys, trying to rally the troops together and settle them down. As a couple chaotic sequences the past couple minutes for both sides. Long outlet pass. Kuzmic comes up with it. The Dragons are going to reset. Kuzmic down to Ellison. Ellison looks like he might have lost it on the way up. The stripes agree. Howell ball. I think Ellison was kind of looking more towards the basket before he kind of really gathered himself there. Just lost on the way up.
Right now, Howell's in a little bit of uncharted territory because, like we said, in the entire NJ.com record keeping since 2010, these two have never played each other. And there'll be a foul. But that will be important. You know, we talk about sometimes in playoffs, we see some common matchups. Paulsboro in Group 1, they played Audubon. Glassboro played Woodbury. Not uncommon opponents, but they're 15 minutes down the road. Howell's over an hour away. And these guys are in the same group, in the same section. So it's very different when you're a shore team like Pinelands, who I believe had to play Winslow the other night, you know, or Lacey or the Toms River schools that are now having to go an hour down the road when 90% of the other teams that are playing in this tournament, well, guess what? They're hop, skip, and a jump away from the visiting gym.
Beirute sinks the first one. Second one's good. 2 for 2 from the charity stripe goes Ab Beirute. Long outlet pass, blocked by Beirute right there. Doing it at the free throw line and on defense. Loose ball, and Dragons come up with it. Collier down low. No good there on the little sky hook from Beirute.
That was a good pass there, just couldn't get the job done.
Looks like they're going to get a foul here on Brady Shelton. They're going to call him for a reach. First one of the contest for the senior. Shelton gets a clean steal this time, though. 2-on-1 fast break. Hart goes up, and they're going to say he was fouled. So Micah Hart will, I think, head of the line, unless they're going to say he was fouled on the floor. So Caden Parker picks up 3 quick first half fouls. They're going to say Hart was fouled on the floor before he went up for the shot.
Reminded me a little bit of Devon Barr last night from Glassboro, who had 3 fouls in the second quarter, fouled out midway through the third, was a big piece of that Glassboro bench, as that pass is going to go way over everybody's head. But anyways, you know, I don't think I've seen a game in a while where both coaches have their hands up in arms about the officiating. I mean, it's one thing if Kuzmic does it for one. It's one thing if, you know, Coach Emery does it. But both of these guys don't seem to be happy with the stripes tonight.
Errant pass there from Hart. I guess him and Collier weren't really on the same page there. Padilla drives. Floater blocked by Abdebeire. Hart spinning. Kuzmic thought about it. Beirute drives, and they're going to say he pushed off.
We've got an offensive foul. Kingsway's number 4 at Beirute. That's going to be his first and the team's third.
Desir Williams-Bay checks back in for Luka Kuzmic.
And Joe Vella returns for the Rebels.
And Joe Vella checks back in for Howell. Poked away by Shelton there. Good defense by Beirute. Howell. Step back, nope. Pulls it out. Fagan now. Down to Musto. Musto spins. Tough lay. No good, but it's fouled on the way up. So Noah Musto will head to the line now to shoot 2.
This broadcast is brought to you by Garden State Pet Center. Keep your pet happy and healthy today with the most organic food products available in South Jersey, along with toys, cages, accessories, and much, much more. Visit today or any day because they're open 7 days a week at 226 South White Horse Pike in Audubon.
First one from Musto's good. Kai Talley checks back in now for Ab Beirute. Musto, second one's good. 2 for 2 from the free throw line there for Noah Musto. Puts the Rebels back in front. Hart driving, going to be fouled on the floor.
Yeah, nobody's really getting an edge here, and I like this. I mean, Howell is making sure that they are known that Kingsway doesn't feel comfortable on their home floor, because Kingsway got off to a good start. They got off to a 7-2 run, and now that seems to be kind of washed away. And let's see, how this game can change going into the halftime break.
Tough play by Hart there. No good rebound by Musto. And now Jay Parker going to split the difference. Kick it out to the corner. Fadeaway jumper there from Barkowskis is good. Largest lead of the night so far for Howell, 3 points. Could easily be erased here from a 3-pointer from Kingsway or cut into. Collier 3 ball. That's
there you
good.
go.
Tie game. TJ Collier finds some range there and ties this one up.
Kingsway needed that confidence boost. Even though they were scoring, they didn't have that kind of energy booster shot that was going to get this crowd rejuvenated, and they absolutely got it right there.
Musto trying to find something here. Tough lay. No good. Rebounded by Shelton. Owen Ellison standing his ground there as Musto's had his way so far pretty much when he's been in the paint. Hart dancing and fouled by Parker.
That's going to be on number 14 of Howell, Jay Parker. That's going to be his 3rd personal foul and the team's 4th. Returning is number 1, Zach Padilla.
Zach Padilla checks in. Look, I think we're going to have we have a blood stoppage here. I think Barkowskis has a cut.
Yeah, you're right. They're going to the trainer's room in the corner there for Barkowskis.
So I think we're going to get Barkowskis patched up real quick.
Well, he went all the way over in the corner. I think if there, after a certain amount of time, I think Howell has to make a substitution for the injury. One of the assistant coaches went. Hold on here. They did it last time too. I had a blast with that. We are frequent flyers here at Kingsway. This is their 14th appearance on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. So they're sending him right back to the training room. He got patched up, and now he's going to the locker room. So Rebels will be charged with a timeout. It'll be a full. So we'll take a quick break. 1:57 left in the second. 19 all, Howell and Kingsway.
It will be inbounded by Pat Monahan. Oh, the ball gets away. Who's going to have it? GCIT will hang on to the possession. It goes to Stanwood. Stanwood inside. They'll get the shot off. It's good! Unbelievable! Boston calls the timeout, but will they get it? Unbelievable! Unbelievable! A double contest shot from Hellman. Wow. Ryan James wanted the timeout, but did they get it in time?
All right, we're back after the quick little, injury timeout, and then Howard had to take a full timeout. As Peter Barkowskis had a cut or something that was bleeding. Hart down low, can't find anybody open, tipped away. Rebels take a 3 here, and that is good from Joe Vela. Long range 3 there. Hart tries to answer back, and he does!
Oh!
Micah Hart with an answer right back. And this game is tied up yet again.
Minute 30 here. I don't think either team really needs to push the pace. It's a tie game, but both of these guys want the momentum. They want the energy going into the halftime break.
Shelton, it looks like, poked that one away out of bounds. Barkowskis checks back in for Nick Papietro.
Just some out-of-town score updates from the regionals. 8-seed Southern beat 9-seed Pennsauken 53-43. I'm sorry, 63-53, I apologize. And then in the 4 and 13 game, Eastern beat Vineland in the home game 51-34. And from what Chris was saying during the break, Cherokee beat RV in the 10-7 game. That would be who the winner, that would be Bridgeton Lenape. The winner of this game would play the winner of Central Regional and Washington Township. However, unless the Minutemen pull off an upset at Manahawkin, then they'll be on the road at Central on Monday.
Musto 2 for 2 from the line there. Puts Howell back up in front. Hart in the corner to Shelton. Poked away and stolen there by Padilla. So a defensive stop for the Rebels. Going to try and capitalize. And tough layup there for Barkowskis goes. And now the full largest lead of the night here for Howell.
I mean, we were talking with a fan before the game, and what he said was that you cannot underestimate these shore conference teams just because of how far away they are. You've never played them before. You don't know what they're like. They don't play the same teams that you play, and they could run you out of the gym.
Barkowskis, another jumper is good. And Howell slowly extending the lead here before halftime.
That is exactly what the Rebels want. Not only do they want the lead, they want the momentum, they want the energy, they want these guys to be excited in the halftime break, and they want them to be ready to go.
Looks like Kingsway will hold for the last shot here. Hart now at top of the key, dancing. Pull up three, no good. Rebounded by Williams Bay. And the third chance would have been no good after the buzzer sounded. And just like that, Howell ends the quarter on a 6-0 run. They'll head to halftime with a 6-point lead as well, as we're going to take a quick break here for halftime.
Garden State Pet Center is an independently owned full-service pet store. Our specialty is promoting companionship between people and animals by providing the healthiest product choices available, including all-natural foods, supplements that support and relieve health issues, and innovative products for pet parents. Our goal is to provide our customers with a relaxing environment, and while we're not striving to be the biggest store on the East Coast, we're striving to be the best. No other pet store will make you feel at home like we do. At Garden State Pet Center, we view pets as members of the family. We don't believe in fast, high-pressure sales, but instead matching up the right pet with the right owners, as you are making a lifelong commitment. Together with our team members, we would like your visit to our store to be both enjoyable and educational. Simply drop in and take a look around. View the birds, reptiles, small animals, toys, food, cages, and miscellaneous items. Learn of the services we have to offer and decide for yourself if this is the store you'd like to call your home away from home.
Victor Santucci, owner of Garden State Pet Center. Visit us today at 226 South Whitehorse Pike in Audubon, New Jersey. We're open 7 days a week for all of your pets' needs.
In life, the road ahead is full of possibilities, but to navigate it safely, you need the right skills. Harper Driving School is the premier driving school serving Gloucester, Salem, and Camden counties. With experienced instructors, many of whom are teachers in local schools, we are dedicated to your success and will help you master the road with confidence. With an over 95% success rate of students passing their road test on their first try, you know your student will be in good hands while embarking on a huge step of their young adult lives, all while avoiding the lines at the DMV and getting insurance discounts.
We chose Harper, and so should you.
Literally, they've been here twice, and they're about to score, or on the doorstep of scoring 50 for the second game in a row. Xavier and Terry Brown. He is still on his feet. He's being shoved forward into the end zone. But who's got the ball? Look at Jason Solomon. The ball magically appeared in Woodbury's hands, and now they're back at the 50. This one's going back. This one's going to go to the distance. I don't see any flags. Did that just go for 100 yards? I think it did. I do not see any flags as Woodbury. Oh my goodness, Jason Solomon have a day. He is the first man not named Taylor to score. Wow, that was good.
2 minutes remaining. 4 fouls on St. Joe's. One more and it's a bonus, which would greatly help Gloucester Catholic. The moving green guard! It's a one-point game just like that! This place is going nuts! And now a drive to the basket by Spross. He lays it up and lays it in! St. Joe's has 2 timeouts remaining. Gloucester Catholic still has 3. Here we go. Mastero pulls up. He goes to 3! 6 points! Jack Mastero has tied the game with 90 seconds remaining. How will the Wildcats respond with a miss of 1-0 Red Bank. Now here is Al D'Elia. The man they used to call Big Al has now slimmed down, and he still hits dingers. He went viral in 2018 for his catchphrase during the Little League World Series when he was introduced by the ESPN camera crews and was given his standard introduction. He said, "Hi, my name's Big Al, and I hit dingers." And that sentiment still holds true today. He had his first career high school home run versus Rumson Fairhaven in their opening game of the campaign last week. There's a swing and a miss, 0-2. But D'Elia, kind of a folk hero for baseball players who just want to hit the ball far and have fun while doing it. The poster child now is the poster big fella. Fly ball right center field. This is going to be a sac fly. Taken in by Terranova, and Big Al might not hit dingers, but he certainly drives in runs. It's 2-0.
Welcome back in quarter number 3, 28-22 Howell over Kingsway at the halftime break. Just some more out-of-town scores from Kevin Emmons. Cherokee over Rancocas Valley, 48-37. And at the half in the game that will dictate who Kingsway and Howell will play in the next round, Washington Township trails Central Regional 31-17 at the half. Still a decently close game. And then over in Group 2, Haddon Heights leads Camden Eastside 20-15 at the halftime break.
K's are going to get the ball to start the second half here. Going to try and get something in the paint. That one's poked away and stolen by Zach Padilla. Padilla driving. Poked away there by Tolly. Hart pumps, drives. Collier for three, no good. Rebounded by Tavares and put back up for the second chance opportunity. Almost like a long pass there from Collier to Tavares. Barkowskis driving. Shot is good on the fadeaway jumper. Barkowskis has been money tonight with that pull-up jumper.
I love complex shots like that. I love the shots that aren't easy. These guys don't take the easy way out. They put themselves in these situations, and it shows that these guys are battle-tested.
Turnaround shot from Collier, no good. And Howell going to try and add on to the lead here.
Looks like they wanted
to walk there.
Yeah, either that or a jump ball. It was going to be one of the two, and then we got neither of them.
Hart poked away here. Pull up three. That rims in and out. Tough break there for the Dragons. Jay Parker for three. No good. Rebounded by Collier. Tavares pull up three. That's good. So unlike Hart's were rimmed in and out, Tavares gets his to rim out and in.
One thing to note going into this second half is that both of the Parkers are at 3 personal fouls each. And both of them started this game, and they've had substantial minutes on the floor, but it's not to say that they couldn't get in more trouble and help Kingsway with a foul out.
Big steal there from the Dragons. Hart going to try and push the envelope. Collier down low, gets the layup. So TJ Collier takes it in the post, gets the layup. Dragons trail by 1. Backdoor pass swatted away there by Williams Bay. Good thinking there. Tried to find Barkowskis cutting free.
A lot of cameras in the on the baseline tonight. D2 Sports Network reporter Colin Conway, also a classmate of mine down at my college. He's here. And cameras in the stands, cameras on the opposite side. Everybody's in the building tonight.
Layup no good there from Caden Parker. Tough shot. Put a little too much mustard on that one. Hart drives. Collier, floater, and no good. Tipped up, still loose. Rebounded by Parker. Now Jay Parker, wide open, easy money there for the sophomore.
And again, Howell needed a shot like that. They had a 6-0 run to end the first half. Then it looked like Kingsway was getting right back into it. Now they're back in the driver's seat.
Some more fast break fiasco here. Barkowskis gets the lefty lay there. Howell up 5. Collier driving, fouled. I'm going to say on the floor. The Dragons will take this one out on the baseline. Hart looking for somebody to get open here. And just going to toss it off of Padilla. Reset the clock here. The timer. Hart finds Williams Bay. Williams Bay up and under and in. Tough layup there from Desir Williams Bay. Finds its way in there.
Caught him off guard there with a deflection from the back.
Parker driving. That's good. A little bit of sauce on that one from Jay Parker. Collier fouled. Dragons will take it out, I think, under the baseline here. Second foul there for Peter Barkowskis. As Mark Fagan and Joe Vella check back into the game here. Hart takes the inbounds. Gonna walk it out. Set up here for the Dragons. Tolley up and under and in. Nice layup there by Kai Tolley to get 2 points there. Now Barkowskis. 3 ball from Fagan. That is no good. They're going to say it hit the stanchion on top. So out of bounds on Howell.
Yeah, that was a close call. I think I saw the movement of the wire there. It's funny when we were here versus Camden Eastside a couple weeks ago, there was actually a time where a 3-ball went in and Camden Eastside tried to kind of wave off the call because it looked like it hit the wire, but the referees didn't see it and therefore call stood. Eastside won that game by 1 point.
Tavares pumps, drives, layup up and under. Tolley tries to grab it. Ball still loose and out of bounds.
Just seemed like Tavares tried to throw the ball a little bit too hard off the backboard. It felt like that he had too much power on the layup, and even when he tried to feed it to Tolley, just seemed like these guys didn't have the best rhythm on the offensive front.
Howell up by 3. About 3 minutes left here in the third quarter. Hart drives. Tolley, second chance is good. Kai Tolley leaving his presence there in the paint. Some second chance points there for the big man.
And that's what's so good about having multiple centers of that size and caliber on a team like Kingsway. You always have somebody of that stature, of the 6'5" and above category, on your plate, on the floor.
Parker too much, and Musto tried the second chance shot, was fouled on the way up, so he'll shoot 2.
This broadcast is brought to you by Harper Driving School. Over 90% of students who take their New Jersey State driving test with Harper pass on the first attempt. If you like those odds, you can book an appointment today at Suite 4 of the Total Turf Complex, 614 Lambs Road in Pittman.
First one for Musto falls. Second one falls. 2 for 2 there for Noah Musto. Hart poked away there by Fagan. Hart tried to pick and roll with Tolley. Miscommunication there between the two, and looks like Hart picks up a foul out of, looks like some frustration there on the miscommunication. Hart first foul of the night there, so no foul trouble for him so far, knock on wood. Pick and roll, in and out there for Joe Vella. Had the wide open turnaround floater, couldn't get it to fall. Williams Bay, looks like he loses it on the way down. And they're going to say it hit off his knee.
Returning for Kingsway's number 23, Owen Ellison.
So Owen Ellison checks in for Kai Tolley. Rebels trying to add on to their lead. Poked away by Hart. He's got nothing but daylight ahead of him as he gets an easy 2. Brian Kuzmic rushes over to call timeout. Dragons trail by 1. As they take a timeout, we will also.
Welcome back here from Kingsway. We have a celebrity sighting in the house tonight. It's Moses in the first row, getting himself some good seating here for the Kingsway Dragons as Howell brings one up the floor.
Three ball there from Vela off the rim and out of bounds. So Kingsway will take over with 1:50 left here in the third quarter.
What I really like about how Howell has played tonight is that even though they haven't made too many substitutions, they've always kept things fresh. There will be a time where they shoot a lot of threes. There will be a time where they drive to the basket. You really don't know what's going to be next, and they're not that predictable of a team. That's kind of how the Shore Conference dictates itself. With the kind of teams that they have to play, the Manasquans, the Point Pleasants, the Jacksons, everybody that they have to play, that's the style. You always have to stay on your toes, and you can't rely on one form or another.
Collier, looks like we're going to have a foul. So originally the lead referee called it a block, but the other trail official called it a foul. And TJ Collier will head to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, I was looking up. I'm like, where's this foul going to be called? This game's tied, but good start here for Kingsway late in the third.
First one for Collier falls. And second one is good also. Kingsway, their first lead in what feels like forever. Ahead by one here. Wild pass there to Barkowskis, comes up with it. Rebels trying to find some open space here to find a shot they like. Loose ball. Fagan over in the corner to Parker. That's good. Caden Parker bangs one in from three on the wing. Reese Tavares tried to reverse layup, no good. Outlet pass to Parker, too much on it. Ellison comes up with it. Fast break here for Kingsway. Tavares pumps, three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Williams Bay. Williams Bay gonna go up and gets the two. Tie game.
Just like the game from last night, nobody gets the edge here. It's all gonna come down to the wire in this fourth quarter.
Looks like Howell going to try and possibly hold for the last shot here. 10 seconds left in the third quarter. Poked away there by Williams Bay. Clock stops. 5.6 left here in the third quarter.
That student section was doing the same thing they did versus Pensgrove in Flight A of the Tri-Code tournament, where they were a little bit ahead of the clock, and they got Pensgrove to fall for it twice. Now they'll have 5.5 ticks left.
Parker off the inbound. Barkowskis, no good. And looks like he might have possibly fell for the student section, as there's a little bit of time left on that clock. But nonetheless, tie game, knotted up at 41 apiece here in Swedesboro. We will take an intermission as we will get ready for the final quarter of play. The Rebels start the final quarter of play here in Woolwich Township with the ball, knotted up 41 apiece. Barkowskis for three. No good. Rebounded by Collier. Actually didn't touch the rim, so student section going to let him have it.
One of the most passionate in South Jersey that I've seen. These guys were packed on a Saturday afternoon. They've been packed every night of the week, and especially in the playoffs, they come to support their guys. Also, not to be outdone, very good showing from Howell here tonight. I mean, there are some times where I see even in playoff games where the visiting team just doesn't travel that well. These guys are good travelers, and these guys, I think, were over an hour away in Howell from Kingsway, especially with the extra travel. So I'm glad these guys were able to come out and support the Rebels tonight.
Hart driving, layup is good. Mackay Hart puts the Dragons back out in front here. Start the fourth quarter. Musto spinning, trying to find an open spot. Finds Parker for three. Bang! Caden Parker, long three. And Howell back out in front. Kingsway looking for an answer. Williams Bay has it poked away. Ball still loose. We're gonna have a travel on Howell.
Howell called a timeout, and they weren't giving it. I mean, even with my headset on, I heard them call a timeout, and they didn't give it to him.
So we're gonna have a quick check for a wet spot on the floor. Obviously, these guys been out here busting their tail all game, so a little bit of sweat on the floor. Don't want anyone slipping on that.
This broadcast is brought to you by Vincent's Lawn Care. Winter, well, first of all, it's been 60 degrees the past couple of days, so might make you start thinking about your lawn. Front lawn, back lawn, whatever you need, shrubbery, he's got it all. Weekly, bi-weekly, or anytime. Give him a call today, 609-413-0403. And also, if you're a small business owner in South Jersey interested in advertising with Dan Wilkins Broadcasting, drop me a line at thedanwilkinsshow@gmail.com with an advertising inquiry, and we will send you a flyer in regards to getting yourself in the advertising game in front of over 100,000 annual viewers.
Kings are going to take it in now off the baseline inbound. If we travel on Howell. 6 minutes of play here in the fourth quarter. Hart, Collier down low. Goes up, drives. No good, too much on it. And rebounded by Musto. Williams Bay takes that one away. Williams Bay going to go up, Euro step, and it's blocked from behind. Here comes Howell now. Barkowskis takes it up and in. Peter Barkowskis capitalizes on the turnover there. And the Rebels extend their lead to 3. Dragons looking to try and find some sort of offensive answer here. Hart,
Travel.
took too many steps there. Howell ball. Tavares looked like he wanted to jump that one. Took the conservative route. Pass poked away there by Berete. Behind the back by Tavares. And tried to get a little bit of jelly on that one, but was fouled on the way up, so he'll shoot 2.
One thing to note, this has been a very light fouling second half. And honestly, I talked about how heavy fouling the first quarter was. Nobody's gotten over the limit tonight. And obviously, it's expected to happen in the fourth quarter, but we've had a couple games this year where we're like, oh, it's going to be foul heavy, and then it just settles down and simmers down, and these guys are fine.
Tavares. First one is good.
Just the first team foul of this of this quarter being charged against the Rebels.
Luka Kuzmic checks in now for Ab Beirute. Tavares, second one's good. Dragons trail by 1. Rebels looking to try and pull away here. Parker, jump stop. Finds his younger counterpart. Barkowskis for 3, no good, in and out. Tough break there for the Rebels. Hart in the corner, Tavares pumps. Pumps again, miscommunication, and out of bounds on Kingsway.
That was a play with such good promise. Excellent moves by Reese Tavares, but they just couldn't get the basket in the end, just couldn't finish the pass, and didn't get the job done.
Barkowskis thought about it, pass over to Parker. That one's tipped away there by Kuzmic, pulled back in. Parker down to Musto, blocked and fouled. TJ Collier picks up the shooting foul there, and Noah Musto will head to the line and shoot 2.
By the way, the final score, Washington Township 35, Central 67. So the winner of tonight's game will travel down to, I believe, Manahawkin, somewhere in that area, down in the Jersey Shore in Atlantic County for a date with the Eagles, Central Regional on Monday night, February 3rd. Group 1 and 3 are playing this Saturday, March 1st.
Musto misses the second one. Central is in Bayville. I think you're thinking of Southern, who's in Manahawkin. Tough layup there by Hart, poked away. And the Rebels, they've got numbers. Lob to Parker is good. The Rebels pushing the tempo there and pushing the lead further away. Tavares thought about driving there. Pulls it back out. Tavares drives, kicks over to Desir Williams Bay. Easy money with the one-handed floater.
By the way, another final score in Cherry Hill East over Millville, 70-47. That second round game is set between East and Southern.
They're going to call Musto for a charging foul. Luka Kuzmic puts his body on the line, got in the lane, and took the charge.
Emery's beside himself here. He's very surprised that there was a charge called there, and that could definitely swing the momentum in Kingsway's favor if they get a basket here.
I don't think Kuzmic was entirely set, but I do think Musto kind of lowered the shoulder and kind of, initiated that contact in there. Collier, lefty lay, no good, and rebounded by Musto. Parker all by himself and in. Now Kingsway looks to answer. Hart pull up 2, no good. Rebounded by Musto. Backdoor cut from Barkowskis is up and in. Timeout Kingsway. And the Rebels go on a little run of their own. And we will take a timeout as well.
Welcome back to broadcast number 466 here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting as we start the countdown to 500 here on DWB. We'll be on the air on Monday, March 3rd, for a non-public matchup between the winner of Holy Spirit and Morristown Friends, who play tomorrow, and the Holy Cross Lancers. Oh, now Howell's going to call a timeout. Hey, let's stay on the air to go over some sponsors and some ad reads. This broadcast is brought to you by RCSJ, the Rowan College of South Jersey Roadrunners Athletic Department. Prospective athletes for the 2025 to 26 school season should visit rcroadrunners.com to fill out the prospective athlete form, and also follow them on social media at RC Roadrunners on all platforms. Winners in the classroom, winners in the field. RC Roadrunners and the Rowan College of South Jersey Athletic Department. Also, one more ad read. Broadcast brought to you by the Dangerous Adrenaline Wrestling Gladiators, or Dog Pro Wrestling. South Jersey's best pro wrestling organization with high-flying events and nonstop entertainment throughout the Garden State. For more information on future events and ticketing, visit dawgprowrestling.com. Again, that's dawgprowrestling.com. As Howell on the timeout there. Clock is set at 2:19 here on this rainy Thursday night outside, but it's red hot indoors here in the South Gym.
Dragons will look to try and find an offensive answer here. They're Howell went on a little bit of a run. Tavares pumps, step back three, no good. Rebounded by Desir Williams-Bay. Hart now. Hart for three. That's good! Mackay Hart with a three-pointer there. Just what the doctor ordered.
What I was going to say, I really liked before the timeout, Noah Musto setting a screen beyond half court and allowing these guys to get to the basket quicker with less opposition.
Howell going to try and, looks like, drain the clock here. Three ball, no good, rebounded by Hart. Ball still loose, and Howell comes up with it. Timeout Rebels, as Mackay Hart couldn't handle that one. And the Rebels come up with the loose ball. Looks like we're gonna have a 30-second timeout.
We're going to have a 30-second timeout.
Yeah, it'll be a 30, so we'll stay here. Don't forget, on Friday, March 14th, we will unveil our 43-game baseball schedule for the high school season in 2025 at the Dan Wilkins Broadcasting Selection Show. Myself and David Cohen will go over the entire schedule from March 21st at a certain blue and red school until May 22nd at a certain green and yellow school. That's all I can tell you right now, because we've got 43 games. This does not include our RCSJ plans, which will be on the air Saturday on rcroadrunners.com. Between the Camden County Cougars and the RCSJ Roadrunners, they came off of a non-region win over Monroe College yesterday, 14-2. RJ Mastero went 4 for 4 in the win with 2 RBIs and a double, the product of Gloucester Catholic.
Another final score checked in here from Group 2, Camden over Pensauk and Tech, 102-36.
Oh.
The mighty, mighty Camden High Panthers.
Ouch.
Howell eventually gets the ball in on the inbounds here. Parker in the corner. Padilla driving. Back to Parker. Parker for three. No good, and rebounded by Hart. Minute 10 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Tavares drives. Layup. No good. Loose ball. Thompson. That's good. Sorry, Johnson. J.D. Johnson on the floater. And Kingsway calls timeout. Dragons trail by 1. 30-second timeout.
Charge to Kingsway.
How about this? This is amazing energy here from the South Gym. 53-52. Moses working his way through the crowds, working through this amazing, amazing venue here in Woolwich Township. 1-point game, 63 seconds left.
You know what I think I got to do here? I think I got to stand up and get to this game here. We've got 1:03 left here.
1-point game.
1-point ball game. Parker gets across half court. Parker finds Padilla. Padilla in the corner, pumps. Under 50 seconds left here, and the clock is ticking. Errant pass, Musto, no good. Rebounded by Desir Williams-Bay. Kings are going to try and bleed some clock here. Hart. We're going to have a foul on Zach Padilla.
The good news is for both of these teams is that they're light on fouls. That's the third foul against the Rebels. Kingsway only has one to their name. If they need to start intentionally fouling, they have wide open room to start doing so if they do not get a basket on this possession.
Tavares takes the inbound. Reese Tavares, that's good! Long range two for Reese Tavares. Foul here on the floor.
Is that basket going to count?
They're going to say it's on the floor before the shot. So no extension of the play. Wow. We do have to fix the scoreboard. That was just a long range two. It's a 1-point game. So it should be 54-53. We have it corrected.
There we go.
12.2 seconds left here in Swedesboro. This gym, nobody under the age of 25 is in their seat.
Timeout.
As it looks like Howell will call a 30-second timeout.
We'll stay on the air. This is making me think a whole lot of what we saw yesterday. Glassboro and Woodbury. Of course, that situation was different. 2 seconds left. DeRuggiero called a timeout for Woodbury. He had one left. The buzzer hit 0, but the refs convened and they said they had enough time. And this is a similar, if not maybe a little bit different from that. 12 seconds left. But how cool would it be to have 2 game winners in the final 10 seconds, maybe even at the buzzer, in back-to-back nights? Man, it feels like DWB is a magnet for these good games. We've had an excellent season this year. Obviously, I'm excited for baseball to come back, but I can stick around with basketball for a little while longer.
Hey, Group 2 action. Eastside and Haddon Heights are headed to OT, knotted up 45-45 a pop. So be sure to check in on that one. But this one right here, you don't want to look away from. Pass tipped away there by Tavares on the inbound. Howell looking to get back in the driver's seat. I think if you're Kingsway here, you got some leeway. Don't want to be afraid to foul. Long outlet pass. Caden Parker. Bay gets the foul.
Foul's going to be charged to number 1, Desir Williams-Bay. That'll be his second
Going to
personal.
be side out here. 9.2 seconds left behind the half-court line.
Less than 10 seconds remaining.
Parker. Parker going to drive, fouled before the shot. Wasn't good anyway.
We'll have a foul on the floor charged.
So another chance here for Howell as
That'll go with his third.
Parker's layup was no good on the drive there, but fouled on the floor. Looks like we're going to have another timeout, this time I think a full.
We're going to have a 60-second timeout charged to Howell. That's going to
All right, we'll be right back. 5.7 left. Oh, boy. Don't go anywhere.
All right, we are back here. 5.7 seconds left here in the Dragon's Den. Kingsway leads 54-53. Inbounds pass to Barkowskis. No good. Tipped away, Parker. That's no good. Kingsway survives. The Dragons survive and advance in the first round of South Jersey Group 4 action. They will head to Central Regional as they come away with a 54-53 win over Howell. Kingsway still alive.
Wow, I don't want to be blunt, but what was that first shot? I mean, he had 4 seconds left, 1 point game. He's on the volleyball line. I am surprised immensely that they took both of those shots when in a 1 point game, they took 2 threes. And they both didn't go inside. I mean, that's the easier shot there. I think the emotions got the best of them, and that cost them their season.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, the Dragons, they just hung on. They took the smart fouls. They had the leeway there. Took the fouls they needed to. Made sure that the fouls were away from the basket, so it took more time to get closer to the basket. You couldn't draw that up any better if you're Brian Kuzmic. If the Dragons survive in advance, like we said, they're going to head to Central Regional up in Bayville for the second round of South Jersey Group 4 play. What a game here tonight, man. I have no more words.
Yeah, I mean, look, it was no Woodbury, but it was as close as you could get to what we saw last night with Woodbury. These guys are going to celebrate with their teammates going into the locker room. And that's an excellent way to wrap up round 1 of the South Jersey sectional playoffs. It doesn't get much better than this here in the South Side. That'll be all for us tonight. From our entire crew, our social media coordinator, Haley Mejia, our graphics crew, Gavin Van Rel, Caleb Lane, and Alex Pollock. My lead commentator for the night, Chris Baker. Big thanks to him for coming out on short notice after my vocal cords were basically just fried after the Woodbury buzzer beater last night. I'm Dan Wilkins. We will see you on Saturday at Rowan College of South Jersey. 54-53. Kingsway survives at home. Have a good one, folks.